Hey, Doughboy back here with another Destiny 1 story playthrough. We are done with the Taken King. So we got through Vanilla, we got through Dark Below, we got through House of Wolves, through Taken King, all the way through. Final stretch, got only 5 more missions. Actually 7, if you include the exotic Galahorn and the exotic Kvostov playthrough. Speaking about the Kvostov, that is actually the weapon I am playing with right now. You'll see later on after the story mission how you get it. Or at least not how you completely get it, but at least the final mission for it. So there's five new exotics in the Rise of Iron. So that's the 5 we'll be playing with throughout these 5 story missions. Galahorn did come back, so you can argue that's a new weapon. I'll show you. I think I have it on me, or I'll transfer it over at some point. Oh no, it's right here. So Iron Galahorn. So this is just a Galahorn, but it's a little bit different paint scheme. This is before ornaments actually came out. Because ornaments were that didn't come out until the ornaments didn't come out until not the Rise of Iron, because this came out in Rise of Iron. Ornaments didn't come out until the Festival of the Lost, I believe, for that year. I believe, or did they come out with it? There's something. I could be wrong with that. They might have come out right at Rise of Iron start. So I don't know why this wasn't an ornament for the original Galahorn, because it was a pre-order bonus. So either way, pretty sure. Anyways, not to get taken. Speaking about ornaments, I need to take this one off. Get the original look of it. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started.
In the years after the collapse, the world had no guardians. It had only Iron Lords. Immortal, fearless, we fought to protect the survivors of a once great age. Our battle was about more than crawling back from the shadows. The Iron Lords would give humanity back its future. Some know the legend, but no one truly knows how the Iron Lords died their final deaths. That was something you had to be there for, to witness, to remember, to know even heroes can die, and survival is not always a victory. Now I am the lone sentry, and my watch is eternal, waiting for the day when whatever we disturbed awakens. The Iron Lords are gone, but our fight is far from over.
The House of Devils is back, and they're digging into old Golden Age research labs all across the system. This isn't a simple smash and grab. They're on a mission. At first, the Vanguard wasn't particularly concerned. At least, not until the Devils decided to move back into the Cosmic Realm. Now the Devils are shifting a massive amount of resources to an area nearby that's been dark for centuries. Normally, I'd say it's just another day. Except, what's really got everyone talking is that Lord Saladin has left his post at the Iron Banner to take charge of the situation personally. Only rather than go straight to the Cosmodrome, Saladin wants us to investigate an abandoned observatory in the mountains. Very strange.
So I got 2 cutscenes there. So Iron Banner was or still is, actually the final one just ended. Thus my video a few weeks ago, final Iron Banner. It's a PvP activity where light matters, so you'll do more damage and take less damage if you're higher light. So you do more damage to people with lower light. So it's supposed to be a competitive multiplayer. It's competitive, but it's...
A group of Fallen has captured Fellwinter Peak. My team and I are en route, but we won't get there in time. I need you to secure the observatory at the top. It is imperative the Fallen do not establish a foothold on that mountain.
So Iron Banner, Crucible activity, competitive, can rank up, rank resets each time.
If the Fallen are working their way up the mountain, their goal is to take Vostok Observatory.
What would the Fallen want in an abandoned outpost?
Things better left buried. There is a gondola near your location. Take it up to the observatory.
So, lots of customization options. You can choose between 2 scopes. One's cracked like the original, and one is not cracked, basically. They look exactly the same. And then you get to choose if you want automatic, which is like an auto rifle, burst fire, or semi-auto. The only issue is, if I actually shot at some enemies, it still does auto rifle damage. So what's the point of... It still does auto rifle fall off. So what's the point of using it like a scout rifle if it still does the same damage? So you might as well still use it as an auto rifle, and the best way is some stability and the fastest firing possible. So it's the best combination. Pretty accurately. Pretty accurately, but in PvP, Legendary could do just as well. Anyway, so Iron Banner, Crucible activity. So this is the story of the Iron Lords, which in that mission, they seal themselves inside to contain Siva. So we'll learn that as we go further. But yeah, the storytelling gets better, even here in Rise of Iron, the final expansion for Destiny 1. More cutscenes, more story, more explanations in-game rather than in the lore. Lots of guys here. And this was a quickie expansion because they needed time to make Destiny 2 still. They asked Activision for more time, and Activision said, yeah, but, you know, you need to make another expansion.
Activated for more than 400 years.
So, this was... Oh, what is this? I think they started making this in February of 2016 and launched it in late September of 2016. So this was made in 6 months. I'm not sure if they already had made some
With
assets
this sort of
before.
reception, it might be a touch ambitious to think we can secure the entire observatory.
There's a courtyard in the rear of the facility. If you can secure that, you should be able to keep them from the Iron Temple until we arrive.
Wait, Iron Temple? Like Iron Banner? Iron Lords?
Stay focused. There's too much at stake.
Watch out!
So, your ghost just said, yeah, like Iron Banner, Iron Lords? Because there's a bunch of lore behind the Iron Banner. The Iron Lords, as I said, they were the first Guardians before the Ghost was created. They were the defenders of the last safe city. I think last safe city. At least human. Jeez, I can't hit this guy. Oh, that's glass. That's
I
why.
think there's more of them.
Jeez, this is tough. Just have the auto rifle. I really can't hit him. I guess I can. Not much though. Stuck in though.
I don't think I like this little metal box anymore.
Let me jump out.
We can't take another hit like that. Jump!
So we're going up to secure.
I don't understand. If there's something so important up there, why wasn't the Vanguard protecting the temple all these years?
This place and its secrets are my responsibility.
Thank you, Scuff. I gotta get a new Scuff, because Pales are not working. Gotta hit them up on Twitter again and see what they can do. It's the second time this has happened, so, let's see if the new Scuffs are any better. So I'll click it and it won't jump sometimes. Like right there. Keeps doing it. If I click it soft, nothing happens. Wait. Click. Wait. Now it's doing it, of course. But it's just, it happens every once in a while and it's annoying. Anyways, besides me bitching, let's go up to the Iron Temple, where we will see an old foe. Oh, the snow. It's tough to tell you're even moving. You're making tracks? A little bit. Not as much as you should be making in the snow.
You know, this is more than a few fallen. Just for the record.
We cannot afford even one to claim what lies on that mountain.
Can run by here. So once we get... Yeah, I think this is... We're finally in it. This area is actually a PvP map in Destiny 2. So we're not sure if this was made first as a PvP map, and then later on used in Rise of Iron. Because, you know, Destiny 2, it's been in development for a while.
Something up nearby.
So we're not sure if they used, you know, Destiny 2 assets in Destiny 1 for the expansion, or the other way around. But either way, this side, before we cross the bridge, will be a PvP
It's
map.
supposed to be dead. And there's something odd in the energy signature. It's not fallen, but it's regenerating.
Did you say it's regenerating? Kill Sepic's Guardian. Kill it now!
It's immune. Goes over there. So this side, before we cross over that bridge, is a PvP map in Destiny 2. Which is pretty cool. So now we're in the Iron Temple, which is this new social space. Which is a pretty cool feature. We actually fight through the social space and reclaim it. So I wonder if we'll do that in Destiny 2.
Do not let Sepix enter that temple.
Can't shoot him though. No, I can, I think. He made that noise. Yep. Tee off at him. So it's pretty cool that you get to fight through and claim a social space that you can use later. And if you don't know, this is Sepix. You'll see later as I play through. This is Sepix Perfected. So Sepix Prime was our first strike boss back in Vanilla Destiny. So they brought him back to life with Siva. Siva's like a robotic, like microorganism type thing.
Detecting reinforcements approaching your coordinates.
That can reproduce and it's just technology, but the splicers, the fallen splicers, these are just fallen. But it can upgrade them, it can make them more volatile, supposedly. But it was developed by the humans because their thought was to use it to help colonize new worlds. But it gets the wrong hands, and then this happens.
All this trouble to break into an old temple?
Even old wolves still bite. Shiro, what's your status?
Circling around to make sure the area is clear. Be there in a sec.
Well done, Guardian. The temple is secure. Now we can...
Shiro, get a lock on it.
I just picked up... Wait. Multiple impacts near the wall in Sector 17.
They're attacking the sensor grid. They must know where Siva is.
Guardian, go to the Cosmodrome immediately. If Sepix escapes, the Fallen won't be our only problem.
So now we gotta protect the Fallen from getting Siva, because Siva's dangerous. We eventually realized that. That's why we locked it up, and Iron Lords were defending us against Siva. That's why they, in that opening cutscene, they killed themselves. Everyone but Lord Saladin. They killed themselves to contain Siva in the chamber, but now I guess the chamber is broken into by the Fallen, and we have to go back and close it again and not kill ourselves. Even though that would have been a good ending to Destiny 2. Oh, you're dead. Wait till next year. Start a new Guardian. So anyways, I seem to have forgotten the next mission name. My bad. The walls come down. I knew that. Come on. It's out here. The walls come down. Pretty quick mission. Right, 16 minutes. This is a pretty quick mission, so should be done pretty quickly. And we got one more exotic to do. So let's not do a primary. We'll do that later. Let's do a heavy.
Lord Saladin, you said the Fallen knew about Siva, but I can't find a reference to Siva in the Vanguard database.
That's because I went to great lengths to lock it away. The records are in the Iron Temple.
Okay, but if the Fallen already know about Siva, then shouldn't we?
What you need to do now is track Sepix. If we find him, we will know the extent of the corruption.
So again, these are... I've only been playing story missions. I'll play Strikes eventually. They play into the storyline too.
Okay, I don't know which scares me more. The giant catch, or whatever took a bite out of the wall.
Guardian, it's Shiro. You're gonna need some cover. Make for the Cosmodrome.
So Shiro is like the Vanguard of... well, he actually has affiliations with the Vanguard. But he...
With most of the Kells gone, getting a force this large to work together is almost impossible. Saladin, you mentioned a sensor grid. Can we use that to tell how far this occupation extends?
The Fallen are irrelevant, Shiro. The only thing that matters now is finding Sepix.
Just gotta find Sepix. So Shiro is basically a Vanguard representative in the Iron Temple. So now we have a, is this Nadir? This is made by Nadir, which is, I think, a foundry that's coming to Destiny 2. This was obviously a foundry in Destiny 1. Well, it existed, but they didn't make legendaries. Well, we don't have any legendaries of them, I don't believe. I think it's only this exotic. There might be one more, but there is no legendaries. I think Hake, Suros, Omelan. I think it's the only 3 we actually have in legendary. There are some, like Crux, Lomar, Made Truth. There are some different foundries, but I believe we'll be seeing those in Destiny 2. I definitely know Omelan, Suros, and Hake. I've already played with weapons of that type in Destiny 2. And I believe Nadir I might have played with too, but either way. So, Extinction Cycle. Right, is that? Yeah, Extinction Cycle. On trigger pull, this weapon's initial burst has a high rate of fire. Spray and play and strange gravity. When holding down the trigger, range and accuracy increase as rate of fire decreases. Kills grant bonus grenade energy. So the first burst fires faster, and the longer you hold it, it slows down. So it's like a reverse Thunderlord. Thunderlord shoots quicker at the start and slows down as you keep going. So it's like a reverse Thunderlord. But if you can time the trigger pulls, you can do a lot of DPS. And in PvP, you can fuck a lot of people up. in that first initial burst. It's a pretty good weapon, just underutilized because obviously a little bit newer. I don't think I really played with it. I got it and kind of just put it away. Especially in this meta right now in the Crucible. The Trespasser, which is an exotic sidearm, which I will show off, I believe, next video. I will show that off next video. Is way better option for PvP right now. So this does pretty good work. And then initial burst. Mode. Okay. It's a pretty fun weapon to use. Pretty sad too, because machine guns are going away in Destiny 2. Machine guns aren't going to exist anymore. So I'm running through these guys. Don't have to kill them. Like a true Destiny player.
Lots of Fallen, but still no sign of Sepiks.
But yeah, what I was saying before, the strikes, there's some element of story in the strikes. And I kind of missed out on that.
What is that pattern over there? Can we take a closer look?
I'll still upload them to my channel individually. But I just won't be in order.
Some strange readings. It's like what was on Sepiks, but if I didn't know any better, I'd say this stuff is consuming everything around it.
That is Siva. With the proper direction, it could create anything a civilization would need. At least in theory.
So then we learn, you know, it was an asset to, because, again, the colony schnips, what are schnips? Colony ships in the Cosmodrome.
I just lost all readings from the sensor grid. There's a monitoring station near your location. Hook into it and try to get the grid back online.
No problem.
They go with the colony ships and help build new worlds, build new cities.
There's not enough left of the sensor grid to fix. Wait. We can pull the logs from the monitoring station. Would that be enough to figure out what these Fallen are up to?
Do it.
Do it. Oh, Siva.
Something weird incoming. These Fallen are different. They're augmented with some sort of technology, like Sepiks.
So
Augmented or not, we need that sensor data.
I don't think I like the new and improved Fallen.
So here we're introduced to the new Fallen. A little bit different. I feel like the Vandals, it's hard to hit headshots on them. It's like they have a smaller hitbox or something. The Dregs are still fine. But the Vandals, especially with the raid, I was having difficulties popping off heads. And normally, with Vandals, it's not that hard. A lot of them now. We're spray and playing this though, so that's good. Get these guys. You see how it slows down after a while? It actually stays at a high rate of fire for pretty long. I'm surprised. When you time the trigger pulls, you make use of it. There we go, I think this should be it. Nice.
Got everything I could out of the sensor logs.
Nice job, Guardian. But we still have to deal with Sepiks.
We no longer need the servitor, Shiro. I've seen enough to know the Fallen have restarted production of Siva. Guardian, we've established a base at the Iron Temple. Join us here.
Okay. So thanks for watching this video. Catch us the next one. Catch my live streams on twitch.tv/doughboy2448. From Sunday night through Thursday midnight till about 2:30. Starting earlier on Tuesdays and Wednesdays with occasional midday stream Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So stick around for the next video. Almost done with this series, and we'll move on to some strikes. And I think around the corner is Destiny 2. So can't wait, guys. Catch you next video. See ya.